is where the story plays, a world on which we seldom gaze, a page from the book of yesterdays, birds and beast and wind and water, here beneath a bright blue sky, no man's smoke blinds the eagle's eye, and things that crawl or swim or fly, feed and breed and live and die.
Holy crap, I'm at Thunder Ridge Cabins again in Hocking Hills, Ohio. Real excited to be here. Not gonna lie, I've been kind of bummed about lots of stuff being canceled this year for everybody knows why. Obviously, I understand, but it's like I just needed that one thing that I could go do. And the one thing, of course, is staying in isolation at a cabin. And, I'm going to do some astronomy, I'm going to do a lot of writing and editing. But being out here and kind of away from things is something that I've been looking forward to because I need it. And I'm in the bird's nest again. This is where I stayed my first time I was out here. So this will be my living quarters for the next 3 days. And I'm actually gonna have neighbors this time. The last 2 times I've been out here, it's just been me. Like there's been nobody else in any of the other cabins. So that should be interesting. Obviously last time I was here, it was January and it was snowing. It was about a high of 10 degrees out. So the weather's supposed to be really nice this time around. It helps that it's summer. But yeah, just gonna get some editing done, watch some movies. We'll also be doing some astronomy while I'm out here too. I brought my telescope. There's a nice big open patch in a field over here where I'm going to sit and look at the stars and the moon and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll check back in with you here in a bit. It's been a productive day. I am tired. Like I am exhausted, and I think it has to do with the 2 hour drive. And then I didn't sleep very well the night before. Um, but I ought to get some good sleep tonight. No urban noises to wake me up or anything like that. But I got a lot done, and I was gonna go stargazing tonight, but I'm just too freaking tired. I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it even if I did go out. But I did take a brief look at the sky, and it's just there's all sorts of stuff that I can't see uh, from the parks at Fairborn. Uh, so maybe I'll just play a game or two until I'm ready to go to bed. But I'll check in with you guys tomorrow.
This isn't just any blueberry, it's true blueberry. That's how you know it's good. And that's what I'm having as part of breakfast this morning. Usually we all do like a community breakfast type thing out here, but obviously that's not a thing right now. So I'm eating breakfast alone. But most today is going to be dedicated to working on City of the Half Angel. It's supposed to be mid 80s today, low humidity, low cloud coverage. So looking forward to that, and I got a really good night's sleep. I haven't really woken up just yet. Got in a little bit of exercise, but once I get to moving around and get to doing some editing, I'm sure I'll feel great. Even Bigfoot is an essential worker.
I'm grossly out of shape. So there's a hawk up there. Wow. It's been uphill. Walked for about 20 minutes, all uphill. So, wish me luck. I'm interested to see, because this trail is called the Cemetery Trail, what, there's an actual cemetery on it, which sounds right up my alley. Well, I'll be real disappointed if that's not the case.
Here the sulphur river flows, rising when the storm cloud blows. And this is where the
Alright, so this is a little creepy. There's a barn back here. So I'm going to read this for you real quick. All that remains of the 240-acre Williams family farm is this Pennsylvania 3-bay barn and 4-bay or overshoot. Edmund Williams acquired his first parcel in 1837, paying $1.25 an acre. This 56 by 29 foot barn is mostly made of pine and features hand-hewn posts and beams. Smaller support lumber was cut with a 2-person pit saw or water-powered sash saw. Vertical marks from the saw are visible on some of the smaller braces and beams. Today the land around the barn is heavily forested, showing little evidence of the clear ridge top that existed in the 1800s when the farm was alive with crops and livestock. And apparently that's what the area kind of used to look like. But let's check this baby out. It's amazing what people were able to do, or are still able to do, with their hands. It's fairly well maintained. I mean, it's obviously broken down and everything, but there's not a lot of animal damage. Like, there's no animal feces. That's creepy. Really gotta watch where I'm going. Yeah. If I wasn't alone, I'd climb up there, but no way am I getting injured all the way out here. Especially with all the uphill walking I did. So there's a map a little ways back, and it didn't mark a cemetery on this trail. This is about the halfway point. So I'm debating on whether or not I want to keep going, because the map showed that when the trail does end, it's a lot farther away from where I parked than where the entrance is at. So I think I'm actually going to turn around, because I don't know how much more walking I want to do. So I've already done about 2 miles already, and then going back will be another 2. So, and I really need to get back to the cabin and start working more on City of the Half Angel.
creature goes, safe
So there's definitely something dead back there. Like I smelled it when I first got here. I made a comment about some sort of hawk, but I don't think it was a hawk. I think it was that buzzard. And I'm glad I got footage of him. I got really good footage of him. So I could see some sort of carcass that he was eating, but I couldn't get a good shot of it with my camera. It was just too difficult, and I couldn't tell exactly what it was that he was eating. It looked like just flesh and meat. Yeah, that was pretty cool because I thought it was just a hawk at first, but then it's like I saw him move. Um, but yeah, good stuff. Worked on City of the Half Angel, did a lot of editing for that. Really proud of that book. You know, Dawn of the Half Angel has been my favorite book since it came out, and I believe that was my last book that came out. And it's gonna have some competition from City of the Half Angel as far as my favorite. It's hard because I really like Dawn of the Half Angel, the second book in the Half Angel series. But this third book, it cascades off what made Dawn so good, but also it wraps up some of the main plots, not ending the series, but ending the big arc that I was hoping to make this trilogy with, and then to continue on with book 4, 5, and 6. Um, but I'm immensely proud. Well, I mean, I'm proud of Night of the Half Angel too. It's a good, solid start to the series. But I think Dawn and City are um, just really terrific sequels, and just really bring Angela, the main character, forward and bring her onto her own. And it's something I'm really proud of. And I'm proud of Phantom Lock Mysteria too, but I'm in such a different place in my life now. Whereas, like, the Phantom Lock series were more uh, gritty and a lot less hopeful. There wasn't hardly any humor in them. Whereas the Half Angel series has some more colorful characters, and Angela is um, more quick to make jokes, and she is just more optimistic, and she's a heroine that is just, she's solid. She's not without her flaws. She has plenty of flaws, but she's the kind of girl that you would, but she's the kind of person that you would want to be saving the universe. And I hope that my greatest hope for her is that she can inspire others to try to be the best versions of themselves. Whereas Kurt, the main character of the Phantom Lock series, is very damaged, and I think that Phantom Lock Mysteria closes up his arc nicely, and I'm excited to move on to other things after I finish these two books and take a break for a little bit and to work on something completely new and completely different for next year. I don't know when I will get to the fourth book of the Half Angel series, but the series will not be ending with City of the Half Angel. But just overall, I'm excited to get both of them out, and reading them and being away from the stresses of every day, I can appreciate them much more. I was definitely having some doubts in the past couple weeks, like some, pre-book release jitters. But after getting away from everything else and having the chance to read them um, out here at Hocking Hills with some sense of peace, I could say that they're both very solid books, and that they have built upon the strengths I have made in my career, and it's clear that I've learned with every single one, and that I'm still learning. But I'm proud of every book that I've done, and I'm proud of the fact that each one improves in some sort of sense uh, upon the previous one. And I love hearing from people that are like, well, I like the Legacy or the Phantom Lock series or the Half Angel series more. I love hearing people discuss that with me, and I'm excited to see how people react to City of the Half Angel versus the other installments, because a lot of people really like Dawn of the Half Angel. A lot of people really like that one. So I'm excited to see what happens. But for now, I think I'm going to watch a movie and get something to eat. Good afternoon. Yes, it's the afternoon. Went for a hike early this morning. Um, just got a really early start to my day. Gonna sit down and do some more editing. I want to work on perhaps a pitch for next year's book, but I can't talk about that right now. But it's a really beautiful day out. Sun's out. There's hardly a cloud in the sky, and it's the perfect temperature. It's like mid 70s, so it's like the perfect temperature for me. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. So I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna get some editing done. I'll see you a little bit later. Do you like hot dogs? I like hot dogs. Uh, so I actually do like hot dogs, and I have these plant-based wieners that I'm making, and I haven't tried these particular ones before, but I'm excited. I'm a little upset that I forgot to bring ketchup and mustard, but I think I'll get by.
Perhaps he dimly wonders why. Is there no other such as I? To touch, to love before I die. To listen to my lonely cry.
Movie time.
Hey, ass monkey, eat this.
Just watched the making of documentary for the remake of Psycho, along with some commentary for key scenes. Still not convinced that a remake of Psycho was necessary, let alone a shot for shot remake. That being said, there is a discussion to be had about this sort of thing and quote unquote updating it. I think a play version of Psycho, if that hasn't been done already, would be really exciting and be cool to see because it's a whole different medium. Or to see a comic book version of Psycho. Or like what they do with Bates Motel, make a TV version of it. There are ways to remake things, and I can appreciate the cast and the directors and the writers of the remake, their enthusiasm. Everybody seemed enthusiastic and had a great time making the film, and the relatives of Hitchcock that were still around and were on set seemed very pleased, and I did come off a little, I guess, enraged in the review I shot, but it's it's hard because when you have so many artists that are trying to get into the industry and have all these fresh and new ideas, and then just you see stuff getting recycled over and over again, and studios not wanting to take chances on new directors and new writers, it can be frustrating. Writers and directors that are inspired by the likes of Hitchcock, and where you might see certain elements that are like Psycho or that are like Rear Window, but again, it's almost like a brand. Like these old classic movies have become a brand that the studios can make money off of. And this Psycho came out in '98, the remake, and this sort of thing is still happening all the time. And again, more power to the director and the cast and the crew. They all seemed like they were having a great time, and it seemed like they had nothing but the best intentions. But for me, the remake of Psycho still it doesn't work. It doesn't work like the original did. Now, I don't know if I would still feel that way if I saw the remake before I saw the original, but that's my 2 cents on it. And just like that, it's over. It's time to go home, and it's been a really great trip. I got a lot done, got a lot of really great editing done. I'm going to be sending my 2 books to my editor tomorrow. And yeah, it's just been an overall relaxing trip. Even though I quote unquote worked the entire time, but it's not work if you love it. Uh, but if you're ever in Ohio and you need a good place to stay, to wind down, I'd say Hocking Hills is a great place. I mean, I keep coming back every year to do editing whenever I have books to work on, and it's a really great place to just get away from everything. And I feel absolutely refreshed, and it was definitely needed. Like it was very very much needed. But thanks for tagging along. I hope that you guys enjoyed getting to see a little bit of my experience. What kind of vacations are you able to take right now? What are you doing to relax and sort of get away from the stress of the everyday? Comment below, let me know. Take care.